Alright, hi everyone, my name is Saint, and thank you so much for watching this video. Today, I'm pretty much going to be gushing over a lot of the new support that we got, and as far as Spyral is concerned, with the anniversary of the game, we managed to get Illusion of Chaos off of the Dark Magician structure deck, and we also got Ancient Fairy Dragon, which is a ban card that was later errated and then limited to 1 in this game. So both of these cards are actually really good news for us. Right now with Illusion of Chaos, if you are new to the deck, welcome. This card pretty much allows you to search one of our most powerful openers in this deck, Magician's Souls. And because it's not a Spyral card, at least in name anyway, this card is actually really hard for us to search. Normally we have to rely on drawing it if you want to play into Magician's Souls combo, but now with it being one of our most reliable combo openers, having Illusion of Chaos makes it very easy to just open with it every time in some way, shape, or form. So that's really cool. And so, again, if you're new, what Magician of Souls does is it basically sends Master Plan, one of our boss monsters in this deck, to the graveyard for cost, and then after that we're able to inject her into our combo depending on what situation we're in, so on and so forth. So it really helps with getting her in much more easily than, danger pitching her or going into Helix and then special summoning her. So it's really valuable to have now technically 9 copies of Souls through 3 Illusion of Chaos, the 3 Souls themselves, and then Preparation of Rites. So very cool. Definitely, if you want to play the deck, now is the time, because also with it being in the structure deck, so you don't have to keep pulling Dark Magician packs and getting absolutely nothing out of them. You just buy 3 structure packs and you're all set, which is great. Alright, so as far as our second form of support, we got Ancient Fairy Dragon. And calling it Spyral support seems kind of silly because it's not really a Spyral card in the same way that Souls is not a Spyral card, but we've kind of historically just piggybacked off of every broken card ever created that's pretty much generic, and this is kind of no exception. So if you actually do play this in your deck, you're going to find that it's going to really raise the ceiling of your combos and everything, simply because it helps you get into combo through Dragon Ravine and Destrudo, which at first might sound kind of weird, like how does that happen, right? But basically what Ancient Fairy Dragon does, it has 2 effects, and the first one lets you special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from your hand. Now, if you play this deck, you know that's kind of a big deal, because one of the biggest issues that I think Spyral has that causes it to brick so much is that sometimes you'll draw too many Spyral names and no way to really special summon them. So you'd have to spend your normal summon on, say, Quick Fix, for example, and then how are you going to get, I don't know, Drone or Super Agent on the field without a blind call, so it becomes kind of a bit more complicated. But with Ancient Fairy Dragon, not only can it special summon a Spyral potentially from the hand, but it can also destroy a field spell on the field, and by doing so, it'll let us search another one from our deck that is different from the one that was destroyed. So why is that important? Because not only are we able to search cool floodgates for our end board, like Secret Village of the Spellcasters, but we can also go ahead and, if we go into a Dragon Ravine combo where we have Destrudo dumped off of its effect and maybe a Danger or any other level 6 or lower monster on the field, we can easily just turbo into Ancient Fairy Dragon, and then Ancient Fairy Dragon can search us Spyral Resort, which then can give us enough Spyral names to special summon 2 of them and then go into Helix. So that's really a big deal as well. So that being said, if you're new and this is kind of like an overload of information, don't worry, because this video is also going to be something of a combo tutorial for my build post AFD and IOC now that it's here. And it's a cool time for us because not only are we going to be addressing new Spyral theory building that really hasn't been able to happen really in the TCG to this level where it's at full power, but also we're able to go off against Sprite, which released at the same time, and we get to see how that kind of works out. So definitely it's an old tier 0 deck versus a newer tier 1, I guess you could say, deck, and that's really cool. So that being said, I'm just going to go over my list really quick, and then we're going to go over some combos. And my list in particular is more synchro heavy. It revolves around using Auroradon to initiate a lot of the synchro plays, but you can also do so through use of Destrudo and Jet in the extra deck if for whatever reason you can't or will not go into O-Line that turn. So it's not kind of like the end of the world. We use Ancient Fairy Dragon to go ahead and activate Secret Village of the Spellcasters on our turn, essentially turning off decks like Runic Sprites, or at least the Runic portion of that deck, And then we also are playing a new card, Power Tool Braver Dragon, in this deck, which allows us to hand rip our opponent because he can equip any spells from the graveyard or deck, and then after that we go ahead and use Rod of Silence Chaos and Smoke Grenade of the Thief in order to pop Smoke Grenade and then hand rip on our turn. So that's really cool too. So already, as far as interactions, right, we have one Floodgate, Secret Village, and then we have one hand rip off of Power Tool. We have an Omni negate in the form of Herald of Arclight, and the reason I chose Herald of Arclight as opposed to Borreload Savage or Baron de Fleur in this situation is because it has a cool little floodgate effect of its own where any monster sent from the hand or main deck to the graveyard is banished instead. So that's a really big deal when you consider that we're also playing Smoke Grenade, because sometimes you will discard a card out of your opponent's hand, but what if they actually like that card in the graveyard, for example? Being able to banish it off of it just leaving the opponent's hand if it's a monster is a pretty valuable thing. And also Herald of Arclight is just very easy to make with this combo with the Auroradon. It just is very self-contained, and so I prefer playing it for this one. Also with Village of the Spellcasters and the ability to hand rip, you can ensure that not only will your opponent not be able to droplet you, but also if they have Called by the Grave that they can chain to Herald of Arclight's effect, we can get rid of that as well. So definitely something to consider. Alright, so on top of that, what we have on our end board is a classic 2-3 mat Apollousa. It's very easy to go into a fatter Apollousa with this combo because you need a lot of room in the main monster zones for Dawn anyway. And as far as the link portion of this combo, a lot of it is dedicated to pretty much recurring master plan and getting mats in circulation for us to later have for future grind. So that's also why I prefer Auroradon builds, because Auroradon makes so much of the material. We as a player can save so much grind in the graveyard for if our board is broken or if we have to play the grind game. So that's pretty cool too. Of course, that comes with its necessary evil of having to run an O-Lion, and so it's up to you really if you want to run 1 or 2 O-Lion. If you're a little bit paranoid like me that you're going to lose it, you could run 2 in some situations if you're just having a bad day and you're drawing it all the time. But fortunately, IOC has another additional cool little effect that lets you shuffle back any garnets into your deck once you go ahead and search souls with it. So that's really cool for not only sending O-Lion back into the deck, but also for, let's say, in weird cases where you draw 3 resort, you can send one of those 3 resorts back in the deck, etc., etc. Things that you don't want dangerous to pitch, you could do that too and have a sort of strategic aspect to your hand management. So that's really interesting and really helpful for us because now with IOC we're able to play builds with garnets without feeling like they're inferior. Does that make sense? So like Isolde builds and Auroradon builds now are pretty much devoid of any real drawbacks as far as the garnets are concerned, so that's cool. Anyway, moving on to pretty much the ratios of this deck. I am playing a 60 card deck. Apologies for the 60 card jump scare, but it really is one of the best choices right now, especially with how many searchers we have for everything. Every card that is in your deck currently is either integral to your engine in some way, shape, or form, or is a searcher for your engine, Spyral itself, that is. So that's pretty good. No card here is pretty much dead, so it's the expectation that you'll danger draw into these pieces, and then with that you can combo off of any card you draw, and so that should increase the consistency actually, because by doing so you start seeing things like Last Resort and Sleeper a lot less, or O-Lion, you start seeing that a lot less as well, and you're able to kind of handle those kinds of things a little more. So if you want to play like a deck that's a little bit more hand trap heavy than what I'm playing, you can do that as well and just change your ratios out a little bit. I feel as far as like things that you could trim down on, you technically could trim down on your small worlds. I personally like running it, so I'll just keep 3 of them, but if it's not your thing, you could take those out. 3 Dragon Ravine helps with max consistency for searching Destrudo in situations where you don't want to send him off Curious, because, you know, Curious is expensive sometimes, and it can be negated sometimes. So if you want to just skip that altogether, you could just drag Intervene Destrudo, or have it in your hand as backup in case your opponent nibs your board and you have like no other way to really get into combo. You can drag Intervene as kind of like a way to pick yourself back up again. So that's cool. I would say like if you want to cut Dragon Ravine, I would probably bring it down to 2 maybe. You could also just run one if you're a little bit short on gems and stuff. You know, it helps with consistency, but I totally understand not wanting to make, you know, waste 90 UR on 3 Dragon Ravine and 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon. But they do have their own combo line that I will go over with later. Okay, as far as dangers, you know, standard ratio, 3 of Nessie, 3 of Tsuchinoko, 3 of Jackalope, and 1 of Mothman, because I find that sometimes I really need that bridge to Super Agent, so I keep Mothman for that. In addition, we have Jet Synchron that is sent off of the effect of Excel Synchron, and I'll be going over that throughout the combo as well. And if this looks a little bit familiar, it's because it's kind of a modified version of my build pre-IOC, which was actually earlier this month. So I just kind of adapted it to suit a lot of the runic sprite decks are going to be around that will normally have lava golems, a lot of runic cards, etc. So we have hand rips to deal with those, and we have a giant floodgate in the form of Secret Village to deal with that as well. All right. Spyral names, pretty much the usual. Because this is a danger deck, I do run less drones and less super agents than, say, like a pure deck would. So that being said, those 2 are at 1. Quik Fix is max 2, so that's where he's at right now. I have Master Plan at 2 as well. And we have Sleeper at 1, Last Resort at 1. And 3 Spyral Resorts, 3 Spyral Mission Rescues, 1 Assault, 2 Big Red, just since we have 2 Quik Fixes in rotation. And yep, as far as our equips go, for Power Tool, we have Rod of Silence Chaos, which triggers the destruction of Smoke Grenade of the Thief. And the cool thing about Power Tool Braver is that he's not only a way to go ahead and hand rip your opponent, but he's also like a really good monster negate. So on top of not having to use Apollousa, you can use him for anything on the field. Or sorry, you can use Power Tool Braver for anything that's on the field, and you can use Apollousa for any other things that are maybe off the field. So that way, it puts less pressure on Apollousa, you know. So that's cool too. That leaves you with several interactions on the board if your opponent even has any interactions remaining after the fact. So definitely a good thing. We have our maxi tax in the form of 3 Ash Blossoms and 2 Called by the Grave. However, I do want to state that if you feel like Ash Blossoms are kind of low impact this meta, because I won't lie, they kind of are, you can run Cyframe Gear Gamma instead. And the cool thing about Cyframe Gear Gamma is because it is a level 2 tuner, if you have it in your hand and you happen to like dump O-Line by accident off a mill or something like that, you can actually use AFD to special summon your Cyframe Gear Gamma and then use it as a replacement for O-Lion in situations where you're trying to combo and still go into your synchro plays with it. So in situations like that, someone asked me earlier today, like, yeah, what would you cut? I would unfortunately probably cut 1 Dragon Ravine, 1 Droplet, and I do not remember what the last card was, but I would say 1 IOC. Yeah, I would do that and then just run the Cyframe Gear Gamma package. It also is a devastating card against your opponent when going second. Negate Destroy is a really strong effect, so definitely, even if they ash it, as long as it's still in your hand, you can still keep activating it over and over, so it doesn't shut it down for the rest of the turn. Something to consider. Alright, so that being said, if you have any questions about the ratios or if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Right now, everything that is being labbed by anybody at this point is largely experimental, but going off of testing and everything, I want to say that 60 is definitely pretty solid for Spyral. Yep. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the combos now, and I'm going to show you how to play this deck. So go ahead and stay tuned, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so our very first combo here is going to be the Magician Souls and Quik Fix combo. And if you're at all new to Spyral, you're probably going to find that a lot of these combos appear long and convoluted, but the more you actually start comboing, the more you're going to realize that it's really just a matter of fulfilling objectives for certain things that you want to get on the field. So before we start, I'm just going to review those things real quick. And just keep these things in mind as I just continue comboing. The very first thing is normally to resolve Master Plan on and off the field in some fashion. Okay, and this is kind of the same as like resolving Block Dragon off the field. It basically allows you to search out anything else that you need for your engine in order to keep comboing, which is pretty important. Now, as far as our second primary objective, it's normally to continue extending, and so that's going to be done by either searching a bunch of missions or getting dangers on and off the field, making sure that we have ways to continue summoning from the graveyard, and so on and so forth, by the use of recurring Master Plan on the field and having Quick Fix loop constantly to keep sending a lot of this material. Alright, and you're going to see that a lot too, kind of like in the middle of the combo. And finally, at the end of the combo, what we normally do is just start building board with the resources that we're given, and then we just start wrapping everything up and trying to lock it down to the best of our ability. So definitely when you're playing first or second, depending on the interruption your opponent gives you, it may not all be in that order, but that's kind of like the charm of this deck. You don't have to do everything in order, and so the combos that I'm going to be showing you are kind of the most optimal as far as like getting material on the field and just making sure that you're not wasting anything, but still, like, you can do it in whatever order you want based on what your opponent is holding or what kind of interruptions you get hit with. Alright, so that being said, disclaimer over, let's just go ahead and move on to the combo. We have a clear Magician's Souls and Quick Fix combo here in the form of Preparation of Rites, as well as Spyral Resort. So let's just go ahead and open Preparation of Rites. This is going to search us Illusion of Chaos, which in turn will search us Magician's Souls, which we need in order to send Master Plan to the graveyard. Alright, we're going to go ahead and search Magician's Souls, and typically we go ahead and send Illusion of Chaos back, but I'm actually going to send this rescue back just for the sake of the demo, because normally you don't start with an extra rescue, and if you do, you're actually really well off, but we're going to just pretend like we don't have it, so what we're going to do is we're just going to get rid of it. Okay, perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to activate Spyral Resort, and Spyral Resort is going to search us our copy of Quick Fix. Perfect. And at this point, Magician's Souls' job is to send Master Plan to the graveyard, and then Quick Fix's job in this case is to get her out of it. Alright, fulfilling Objective 1. Alright, so just go ahead and activate Quick Fix's effect. He's going to search Big Red, which is pretty much a way of reviving Master Plan to the graveyard. Alright, we're going to go ahead and activate it, and we're going to target her. Alright, and just like that, we're going to special summon her to the field. Now, neither Quick Fix, nor Master Plan, nor Sleeper, nor Tough, nor Drone, nor a lot of Spyral cards, or Resort for that matter, have hard once return effects. So every time they hit the field, every time there's a new copy of them, they're just doing the same thing over and over, which is really, really strong and kind of broken. So let's just go ahead and activate Master Plan. And if you noticed previously, Quick Fix searches Spiral Gears, which are sometimes monsters, spells, etc. And Master Plan searches us missions, which are exclusively spells and traps. So now Rescue allows us to special summon monsters from our graveyard once they're in the graveyard themselves, and Assault lets us do the same but from the hand. So right now, since we don't need anything special summoned from the hand, we're going to just go ahead and search a Rescue so we can get Master Plan out later. And we're going to activate Magician's Souls effect. We're going to send the Spiral Gear Big Red that we no longer need, and we're going to send our copy of Spiral Mission Rescue, and we're going to draw 2 cards. Alright, and we drew into Last Resort, and we drew into Dangerous Tsuchinoko. That's fine. So at this point, depending on what your opponent is holding, as well as just how comfortable you feel, you can either go straight to Double Helix with Quick Fix and Master Plan, or you can go into Barricade Board Blocker by turning Magician's Souls into Link Haribo, and this is so we can use him as a material for Curious later, which I'll kind of go over later when we start using Link Haribo. Or to go into Barricade Board Blocker, and together, Barricade Board Blocker and Master Plan will chain block each other. And I'll show you that probably in a later combo. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into Double Helix, and we're going to use Quick Fix and Master Plan. Alright, that sends both of them into the graveyard, and this also triggers Master Plan's Graveyard effect, which is another search for Spiral Resort and a Spiral monster of your choice. Alright, so in this case, rule of thumb is if Master Plan is giving you a search, do not search for things that Quick Fix can search out, like Spiral Gears, like Drone. Don't bother with that because Quick Fix himself is going to fetch them for you. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and search Super Agent, and then after that, I'm going to search Sleeper. Alright. And if you were playing carefully here, you would save Spiral Resort until after you're done looping Quick Fix, because people imperming Double Helix when there's a change in field spells can cause you to not be able to special summon Quick Fix from the graveyard. So just keep that in mind. For now though, I'm just going to do it since it's just a demo, and we're going to go ahead and search out Sleeper. Okie dokie, perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use that first rescue that we sent earlier, we're going to banish it, and we're going to special summon Master Plan to the field. So when it comes to placement, always try to keep a lot of your materials on the edges. Depending on which extra monster zone you're working on, you're going to want to leave this kind of backward L space here free so you can not clog your link zones, which is a huge beginner mistake. So I always kind of like to bring it up, especially with all the new people playing Spyral now. Just keep that in mind. Just don't, obviously, just try to keep this area as clean as possible unless you're going to be linking immediately. Alright, so go ahead and activate Master Plan's effect now that she's back on the field, and search Spyral Mission Assault, because we're going to be special summoning from the hand very shortly. Alright, we're kind of in stage 2 of our combos. We're going to be just trying to keep extending. We're going to special summon Quik Fix from the graveyard and sending this Assault. Alright, and Quik Fix is going to go ahead and search Drone. Alright. And now with that Assault mission that we sent to the graveyard, we're going to banish it, and this will let us special summon one Spyral from our hand. So we're going to special summon that Drone we just searched. Alright, Drone is going to set the top 3 cards of our opponent's deck. Just set it however you want. We're going to go Monster, Monster, Trap, and after that we're going to have Double Helix call the card. And I believe it was a monster, right? Okay. And what we're going to do now is you're going to look at your graveyard. Right now, if you have around 3 or more spells combined in your field and graveyard, you can just go ahead and special summon Quik Fix. Alright. And if you don't, you still can. Just make sure you have Magician's Souls here, okay? Alright, we're going to have Quik Fix initiate a search again, and we're going to get that big red. That's the only thing we have left anyway. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and link away the second Quik Fix right under Double Helix. We're going to turn it into Link Haribo. Alright, and then Link Haribo and the Master Plan next to it are going to link into Barricade Board Blocker. Alright, perfect. Alright, and whether or not you want to send something is optional. If this wasn't a game where I'm trying to just play the 2-card combo, I would have sent Tsuchinoko maybe for a body, but we're not going to send anything for now. Okay, and so what we're going to do at this point is we are going to activate Quik Fix from the graveyard, and I'm going to just send any random card at this point. If you are short spells in this situation, I would just send a spell because we're going to go into Selene very shortly, but since I have enough, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Alright, just put the Quik Fix here, and now you're going to go into Selene, and you're going to do that off of Magician's Souls and Double Helix. And depending on how it's looking, just make sure to put Selene in an extra monster zone that has 1 free monster zone under it. So in this case, it would be this one, because the other one's kind of all clogged up. Alright, just have Selene go ahead and get counters equal to the amount of spells. You're going to go ahead and use 3 of those counters to special summon Master Plan from the graveyard. Okay, perfect. Master Plan is going to go ahead and search you another Spyral Mission Rescue. And now what you're going to do is you're going to take both of your Quik Fixes and you're going to overlay them into Ghost Trick Delan. And go ahead and just put them over here at the end again. Alright, and now what you're going to do is you're going to take that Link Haribo from before. You're going to tribute it out, or tribute it in rather, by tributing out Drone. Okay, and you might be asking, you know, why are you doing this? And it's because the next part of our combo is to go into Curious, which requires 3 monsters with the same attribute but different types. So in this case we have Master Plan, which is a Dark Spellcaster, we have Ghost Trick Delan, which is a Dark Fiend, and we have Link Haribo, which is a Dark Cybers. Alright, we're going to go into Curious with these 3 monsters. Alright, and just put it right here next to Barricade Board Blocker. Okay, you're going to go ahead and send Destrudo now. Just go ahead and fetch it and just send it. And per Curious's effect, they're going to send another 3 cards. In this case, it was just a bunch of dangers, which is fine. Okay, so at this point, you're going to find that you have 2 Quik Fix in the graveyard with no way to get them out, which is fine. Just go in a Super Agent at this point. Alright, and you're going to call Monster card, since I believe we set Monster at the top. Okay, perfect. Alright, and after this is going to go ahead and trigger Quik Fix's graveyard effect. It's going to allow us to do this. Alright, and just go ahead and special summon Quik Fix. Alright, at this point we've burned through 1 rescue, and we have currently 1 in the graveyard, which is fine. Alright, you're going to want to save this Quik Fix now, because you want to save Quik Fix and Barricade Board Blocker for Auroradon. So at this point, I would just go ahead and special summon Destrudo. You're going to tag the first Quik Fix because you have another one still in the graveyard. Okay. And then just go ahead and special summon it here. You're going to go into Ancient Fairy Dragon with both Destrudo and Quik Fix. Perfect. And now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and use its second effect where you destroy as many cards in the field as possible. Alright, and that's going to allow you to search Secret Village of the Spellcasters. And you also gain 1,000 life points, which is nice because the Strudo literally just hacked half of it away. Alright, perfect. Okie dokie, and at this point, you're pretty much ready to clean up, alright? You need one more monster, one more machine on the field, and right now you have your second quick fix. Just send anything else of your choice. Alright, and you can just go ahead and start cleaning up. In this case, let's just go ahead and use Super Agent, Ancient Fairy Dragon, Celine, and Curious. Alright, and what you're going to do now is you're going to go into Auroradon with Barricade Fort Blocker and Quick Fix. Okie dokie, you're going to activate Auroradon's effect and you're going to special summon 3 tokens to the field. Okie dokie, you're going to now special summon 1 Phantom Beast, and it's going to be O-Lion in this case. Okie dokie, and now you're going to go and Excel Synchron with Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion and with one of these tokens. This is going to trigger O-Lion's Graveyard effect. Okay, and if you're unaware, at this point we're in the building board stage. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put the token anywhere, really. Okay, and now what we're going to do, let's just go ahead and special summon Master Plan to the field, because we're going to need her for our end board. Just go ahead and put her right here. She's going to search another Spyral mission, the last one I believe. Okay, and now you're gonna go ahead and have Excel Synchron send Jet Synchron to the graveyard. It's going to increase Excel's level by 1. Just use the first effect to increase the level. Alright, you're gonna take Jet Synchron now and you're going to send that Spyral Mission Rescue that Master Plan just searched. Okay, perfect. And now you're gonna go into Herald of the Arclight. Alright, great. You're going to take your 6 and your 3 off Excel Synchron and the token. You're going to go into Power Tool Brave. Alright, and just go ahead and put it here. And now you're ready to start your hand rip sequence. Go ahead and activate Power Tool Braver. And he's going to take 2 equip spells from either your deck or your graveyard. In this case, it was all graveyard. I mean, all deck. We're going to do the Rod of Silence Chaos, and we're going to do the Smoke Grenade of the Thief. This is going to negate that, which then initiates the hand rip. And because Herald of Arclight is on the field, you can actually banish that card from your opponent's hand instead of just sending it to the graveyard. So just keep that in mind with the little bit of change in synergy with these two. And in this case, let's just go ahead and do Witch of the Black Forest. Okay, great. So at this point, you're almost done. All you have to do is special summon Sleeper to the field at the cost of banishing 3 cards from your graveyard. Let's go ahead and do the 3 spells. Okay, and now just activate your last resort and go ahead and put your secret village on the field, and you're pretty much all set and you have a full end board as far as the Magician's Souls and Quick Fix combo. You have a 3200 Apollousa, you have 1 Omni Negate that also banishes anything that goes from the deck to or the hand to the graveyard. You have 1 Monster Negate as well as a hand rip that you just initiated, so you know your opponent's entire hand and what they're going to draw into. You have a Pop 2, and you have Secret Village of the Spellcasters up, and unless your opponent has a Spellcaster, they really can't use any spells. So yep, that's pretty much it as far as the build, and shortly I'm going to be moving on to another combo. Let me know if you have any questions. In the meantime, I'll see you in just a little bit. Alrighty, so for this next combo tutorial, I'm going to be going over the combo line for Drone and Agent, and in order for it to be a full combo, normally you want it to be Drone, Agent, and a third body. So in this case, we're going to be using Magician's Souls as a third body, but typically it tends to be a danger. Either way, with these 3 cards, you're able to still go in a combo, albeit a bit of a weaker one if your opponent has Interruption, because you kind of just turbo double Helix. So there's not really a lot of wiggle room for you to do anything else with this combo line. So we're just going to go ahead and start by activating Resort just because we have it. And we won't search anything for now, or I guess we will. We can just go ahead and search Sleeper. Alright, and let's just go ahead and open up with Drone. Alright, and Joan is going to set the top 3 cards of our opponent's deck. Let's just go monster, monster, monster. And then after that, Super Agent is going to call monster, since we already know the top card is monster. So definitely, as far as goals go, our main goal right now is to introduce Master Plan into the combo. And doing so with Joan and Agent, you do so by going into Double Helix, which can special summon any Spyral from your deck, as long as you just call the top card correctly. So we already know it's a monster, we're just going to go ahead and call it with Double Helix, and Helix is going to call monster, special summoning the other Master Plan from our deck. Alright, and at this point, you know how in the previous combo I went ahead and searched Rescue, but because we already used our normal summon on Drone and we still want Quick Fix in our deck, we're going to go ahead and search Assault. Alright, so in this case we're going to do that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and special summon Magician Souls. In this case, I already have my other Master Plan in hand, so I'm just going to send an IOC. And normally this is a danger, so I'm not going to do the send one effect. We're just going to go ahead and take Magician Souls and Master Plan, and we're going to send Assault to the graveyard. Alright, and previously I mentioned chain blocking with Master Plan. It's going to come in effect here. So we're going to chainlink one Master Plan. So if this window doesn't appear for you when you do this, just make sure again once more to go into your game settings, into duel, and activation order settings, just set them to on. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and chainlink one Master Plan. You're going to chainlink two Barricade Board Blocker. You're going to send that Assault. So there you go. Objective 1, we've resolved Master Plan on and off the field. We're going to go ahead and search the remaining cards we need, and in this case we have one Quick Fix. Alright, and because we had that Spyral Resort in the beginning, we were able to search Sleeper, and so we can go ahead and do a double fix combo. Normally with these lines I tend to just run double fix and forego Sleeper just because it's a bit tight on the searches, and it's really, this combo is already kind of rough to do with the few materials you have. So I would say if you can go ahead and have enough mats, go ahead and search Sleeper, but otherwise you would probably just want to Quick for this combo. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and search the second Quick Fix. Alright, and we're going to use that Assault that's in the graveyard. Instead of special summoning Drone with it like we did in the last combo, we're going to special summon Quick Fix instead. Alright, and Quick Fix is going to search that copy of Big Red. Alright, perfect. We're going to go ahead and use Big Red to special summon Master Plan. Alright, and just like before, keeping the zones free and making sure to put everything on the edges, we're going to have Master Plan search a Spyral Mission Rescue. Alright, you're going to take that first Quick Fix and you're going to link him away in a Link Haribo. Just put him right here next to Barricade Board Blocker, and you're going to be able to now have Quick Fix send the Quick Fix in your hand to the graveyard. Alrighty. And that's going to initiate a search on that copy of Quick Fix. Just go ahead and search whatever you still need. And in this case, yeah, we have enough spells for Celine if we wanted to go into it. We're going to use that second Quick Fix. We're going to send that Spyral Mission Rescue that Master Plan had just set, or just searched for us. And if you have any remaining searches at this point, just go ahead and search them out. Okay, you're going to take these two Quick Fixes now and you're going to overlay into Dullahan. Alright, and at this point, if you want, you can just go ahead and climb into Celine, just so we can go ahead and save on a rescue, if you have the spells necessary to do so. In this case, we have 2 spells in the graveyard, and 1 on the field, or 2 on the field, so that's a total of 4, we should be fine. Alright, and actually, you know what, no, let's just hold off, because I want to still be able to get these Quick Fixes out. Yeah, I'm going to hold off, sorry, ignore what I said. We're going to go into Curious right now, with these 3. Right, and Curious is going to send Strudo, just like in the previous combo. So we're going to go ahead and send Strudo, and an additional 3. We dropped Illusion of Chaos and a few monsters, no big deal. Alright, so at this point, we're going to go ahead and special summon Master Plan again. We're at 1 rescue we've burned through. Alright, just go ahead and have Master Plan search out what still remains. Have one of the Quick Fixes, go ahead and send that down. Okay. And now what we're going to do, let's just go ahead and activate Destrudo. We're going to go ahead and target that quick fix right there. 4,000 damage, pain. Okay, and what we're going to do now, we're going to go into Ancient Fairy Dragon with Destrudo and that copy of Quick Fix. Okay, perfect. Let's just leave it like that for now. We're going to go ahead and special summon the other Quick Fix from our graveyard and just send whatever else. Okay, perfect. So now what you're going to do, just go ahead and initiate the search on Ancient Fairy Dragon. We're going to pop that field spell. Alright, we're going to add the Village of Spellcasters to our hand. Okie dokie. And at this point, if you want to go to Selene, feel free. Alright, we're just going to go Master Plan Selene with double Helix. Okie dokie. And Selene is going to go ahead and get a few counters. Okay, perfect. And you're going to special summon Master Plan again for, I believe, the final mission? Yeah, there it is. Okie dokie. So, perfect. You're all set. So now that we pretty much have all the missions, we can just go ahead and start cleaning up. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and we're going to just go into Auroradon with these two again. And I don't know if I mentioned it in the last combo, but you don't have to do things in the order that I'm doing them. If you find that there's a more efficient order based on the interruptions you're going through, or if there's any kind of situation where your opponent has a hand trap or you're just trying to bait it out as much as possible, by all means go ahead. There's like 100 different ways to do the same combo. Yeah, and this is just one of them, okay? So we're going to go ahead and tribute out Mecha Fan of Beast Auroradon and one of the tokens to go into O-Lion. Alright, we're going to go ahead and go Excel Synchron off of these two. Alright, go ahead and get that token from O-Lion. And then Excel Synchron, just like before, is going to send Jet and increase its level. Alright, go ahead and have Jet send that last Spyral mission. Okay, perfect. And then just have Jet and one of the tokens go into Herald of Arclight. Okay, and then just go into Power Tool with these two. Okay, just go ahead and grab those equips, and you're just going to do what we did last time. Smoke Grenade, and then Chaos. Okay, pop. Alright, and after that, yep, just let that through. You're going to go ahead and just banish anything from the hand. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and banish that, I guess. Okay, great. So now what you're going to do is just go ahead and special summon Master Plan from the grave. And something I neglected to mention in the past combo is that if you have Super Agent sitting in the graveyard and you have one rescue left, alongside all the other interactions on this board, you also have the ability to have Super Agent just pop out on your opponent's turn and just pop a spell trap. So that's really cool. We're going to go ahead and banish 3. We're going to go ahead and do the field spells. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the field spells. Alright, we're going to go Sleeper, and we're going to go ahead and put Village of Spellcasters on the field. And then after that, there you go, that's pretty much your full combo. And I got lucky in this case because I was able to search Sleeper, but usually I think this Drone Agent combo, with the way it is, you'd have to compromise on one of the searches because you need both quick fixes to kind of make this combo happen. At least as far as I've been testing with, because there comes a point where in order to not banish quick fix, you need to like use a second mission, and then that kind of just messes you up just a little bit. But if anyone's found a better way to do it, just go ahead and do it like that. But as far as I do it, this is kind of how I do it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This again is a Drone Agent and one monster combo, and shortly I'll be moving on to another combo. Thank you for watching. Alrighty, so for my next combo showcase, I'm going to be going over the Dragon Ravine and Danger combo. And so the cool thing about Dragon Ravine is that it can be used in basically anything as a way to initiate combo without having to actually go into a danger. It's very like hand dependent, but the most linear combo line that I can show you would be something like Dragon Ravine and Danger. So that's kind of why I'm going to be showcasing it here. The cool thing about it is that it is an AFD exclusive combo where you can actually just have kind of like a 1-for-1 combo off of it if you're familiar with using 1-for-1 in your deck. However, it is better than 1-for-1 in a way because you also get an extra body in the form of Ancient Fairy Dragon. Now, the only drawback to it is that you can't search Secret Village of the Spellcasters if you do this combo because you're going to have to use it to search your Spyral Resort. But in this case, I did open a Secret Village, so I'm going to see if I can just still end on the board with Secret Village since I just serendipitously drew into it. So let's just go ahead and get started. Instead of searching Spyral Resort off of Terraforming, we're going to go ahead and search Dragon Ravine. Alright, and in this case we can use any two of these dangers, but since Tsuchinoko is pretty much more straightforward, I'm going to use that one. So once per turn we can discard one card and then send one dragon monster from our deck to the graveyard. So we're going to go ahead and discard Tsuchinoko, and we're also going to discard Destrudo. Alright, this is going to trigger Tsuchinoko's effect in the graveyard, special summoning it. And because it's level 6 or lower, Destrudo can just go ahead and target it and lower its level by the amount of Tsuchinoko's. So it's always going to basically total 7. So with Tsuchinoko and Destrudo, you can go straight into Ancient Fairy Dragon. Alright. And what Ancient Fairy Dragon's going to do is it's going to use the second effect to pop Dragon Ravine. And with that, we're going to go ahead and search Spyral Resort. Alright, perfect. And that being said, with Spyral Resort, you're just going to go ahead and normal summon Quik Fix. Okay, and with Quik Fix, you are going to search Drone. Okay, now the cool thing is, here's where the 1-for-1 effect kind of happens. You're able to special summon from the hand simply because Ancient Fairy Dragon lets you special summon level 4 and lower monsters. However, you can't conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. So if you're going second, just keep that in mind. You won't be able to OTK. Don't go into access code or anything. Just build a board and just, you know, get ready. So right now we're just going to go ahead and special summon Drone. And we're just going to go ahead and set the top 3 cards of our opponent's deck. We're going to go straight into Helix with this, and we're going to call Monster since that's what we set it as. Alright, perfect. And after we call Monster, we're just going to special summon Master Plan. Alright, and Master Plan is going to search a rescue since we already special summoned Drone off of the effect of Ancient Fairy Dragon. So we didn't really have to use assaults or anything like that to go into it. Alright. And at this point, you're pretty much ready to go. You can just go ahead and go into Barricade Board Blocker with Master Plan and Ancient Fairy Dragon. Okay, we're going to chain link 1 Master Plan and chain link 2 Barricade Board Blocker. We're going to drop that rescue in the graveyard. Okay, perfect. And like I said, you don't need Super Agent. However, if you do want to leave him in the graveyard as an additional form of interaction, we can search him out and send him off of the effect of Curious. So why not just go ahead and give it a shot? Let's just go ahead and search our second Quik Fix and Sleeper. Okay. You're just going to go ahead and add Sleeper to our hand. Alright. So let's just go ahead and use the Spyral mission. We're going to special summon Master Plan to the field. We're going to put it right here in the corner. Now we're going to search another Spyral mission. Okie dokie, what we're going to do now is we're going to take our first Quik Fix that's in the graveyard. We're going to send the second Quik Fix. And we're going to go ahead and initiate a search with the first one. He's going to search us the big red that we haven't used yet. Pretty good. And we're going to go ahead and take the second Quik Fix and we're going to send that copy of Rescue. Alright, perfect. So it's really nice to be able to Dullahan over 2 Quik Fixes, because that means you can use both of them again. We're going to go ahead and do just that. Alright, and just like before in the other combos, we're setting up our 3 darks. We're going to try dumping Super Agent. Alright, and you can only do this if you have Dullahan. By the way, this particular detach fix to go into Link Haribo line to go into Curious. So if you haven't built Dullahan yet, you're just not going to be able to do things like this. Just keep in mind. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and use Quick Fix. We're going to send any other card. Just keep that big red for later, we might need it. Alright, and now once Quick Fix hits the field, just go ahead and search anything else you might still need. And now you're going to go ahead and go into Link Haribo, banishing it. Alright, let's just go into Curious. And we're going to go ahead and send Super Agent. And by the way, you don't have to do this. I'm just kind of doing it to show you kind of the extent of what you can do with an AFD combo. But you could just as easily just climb an Apo, do Auroradon stuff, and just call it a day off of just this AFD combo. Because there's really not anything to dump once Destrudo's already been used, really, because you can't use them again. But yeah, this is just to show you basically what it can do. Alright, we ended up just dropping a bunch of other generic stuff, which is nice. Use your big red to bring back Master Plan at this point. Alright, and we've burned through 1, and we're going to search a second one. Very cool. Alright, and at this point you can take the second Quick Fix and go ahead and send that second rescue. Cool, so we have a lot of grind in the graveyard, and we're not really going to use very much of it anymore. Alright, you can just go into a 3-mat Apollousa with Spyral Super Agent, Curious, and Master Plan. Okay, and from here on out, just go ahead and go into Auroradon with Barricade Ward Blocker and your remaining Quick Fix. Okay, Auroradon is going to produce 3 tokens as usual. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and special summon O-Lion. Okay, once O-Lion's on the field, you know, this part of the combo remains largely the same. Okay, Excel Synchron, trigger O-Lion's effect in the graveyard. And then after that, we're just going to send Jet Synchron. And we're going to increase the level. Okay, just have Jet send anything else you might still need. In this case, or you not need, in this case, a Jackalope. Alright, we're going to go Herald of the Arclight off of these 2. Okay, and we're going to go Power Tool Dragon off of these 2. Okay, and just like that, you're going to go ahead and activate its effect, adding these 2 equip spells. And just like that, Smoke is going to trigger. We're going to remove 1 card from our opponent's hand. Alright, we'll just go ahead and banish this. Okay, and at this point, you can just go ahead and bring back Master Plan to turn on your Secret Village, only because I drew it. Remember, this combo does not normally have Secret Village because you can't search it. So if you don't have Secret Village in your hand by whatever reason, you don't have to go into Master Plan. You'll just have 2 rescues in the graveyard, which is very good. Because even if the board is broken, you can take it back. Alright, and Master Plan is going to, in this case, search and assault. Okay, that's nice, I guess. And so now we can just go ahead and special summon Sleeper to the field. We're just going to banish 3. I'm just going to go ahead and send that field spell, Master Plan, and 1 big red. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and activate Last Resort, equip it to Sleeper. You can have Assault just because it's cute, I guess. And just like that, you have a full board off of just AFD, Dragon Ravine, and 1 Danger. So that's pretty nifty. And on top of that, because we went the extra mile and we decided we wanted to Curious send Super Agent, you have an additional rescue in the graveyard. And it would have been 2 if we hadn't drawn Secret Village, and you would have had basically the ability to pop on your opponent's turn so that's pretty nice too. So anyway, yep, that's pretty much it for the Dragon Ravine and Danger combo. I'll be going ahead and moving on to some non-linear combos now. Alright, see you in just a little bit. Alrighty, so I decided instead of doing non-linear combos, I figured the best thing to do is just go into ladder and see literally like how I play this deck. Because in that sense, I'm able to give you like a bigger sense of how to play it organically. So in this case, I guess I'm gonna go second, which is kind of normal for me. So let's just go ahead and see what our opponent goes into, and we'll go ahead and take it from there. Alright, I opened combo. However, we don't know what our opponent is playing, so I guess we'll see. You know, I didn't think about it until after I started filming this, that, you know, like, what if they take forever and I'm gonna, like, pretty much show you guys the most boring content of them just, like, waiting for stuff. But they set 2 cards, which could be a good or bad thing. It could be, like, they bricked, or it could be, like, fucking pandemonium. So, like, let's just take a look. Alright. I'm gonna start by wiping out that back row. Alright, so let's just go ahead and start with Dragon Ravine. We're not gonna show our cards yet. Alright, let's see what response they got. They got something. I mean, it could be Max C for all I know. Alright, we're going to go ahead and send Jet and send Destrudo. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to see if I can get that back row out of the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and just send the Small World. I know it's a little risky. Alright, they got Max C. They always got Max C, right? Alright, we got Called by the Grave and a 60. Let's do it. Alright, let's see what ends up happening here. They got called. Okay, okay. So that means that whatever else they got here in the face down, I wonder what that might be. We're gonna find out. But let's just try this. I think we might have this. Because I didn't really need Jet anyway. Going second, like, my tuner is not that important. But, okay, let's take a look. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can go ahead and get Spyral Resort. Let's see if what they're going to let me do. Alright, well, it's not a Cosmic Cyclone, that's for sure. Alright, let's go ahead and go Agent. We're just going to go ahead and call blind. We have combo anyway, with the Strudo in the graveyard, I'm pretty sure. Alright, we're going to go Monster. Oh my gosh, is this Flu? Alright, let's take a look. Let's pop this shit. Second Called by the Grave. Alright. Well, fortunately, and this is why, like, I don't normally like playing, like, full combo in the beginning, because sometimes people have Called by the Grave, and that stuff's pretty scary. Alright, let's just go into Quick Fix now. Is this free? This is free. Okay, maybe it is. Alright, because they don't seem to have anything. Alright, we're gonna go into Double Helix. Alright, and then in D-Shifter. So, you know, this was actually a really bad demonstration because nothing actually happened. But hopefully that kind of shows you, like, why Ravine is good, because I ended up baiting, like, both interactions. 2 Called by the Grave off of just, Jet and Destrudo, because they didn't actually know what I was. So maybe they thought I was, like, some kind of D-Link deck or something like that, up until the Spyral started coming out. So anyway, pretty cool. Good gaming. Let's go ahead and see if we can get another one. Alrighty, am I going to win the coin flip? Yes! Okay, please don't Max see me. Please, friend. Please. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's see what horrific hand we draw into today. Alright. I'm so excited. I barely get to go first, so when I do, it's like, oh my god. Alright, so we do have access to Soul's Rescue combo. That much is great. We have a Called by the Grave. Hopefully they just don't have, like, 2 hand traps, because then if I get, let's say I called by Ash and they chain Max C, that'd be pretty bad. So let's just go ahead and go Preparation. That's pretty much the only play I've got. Okay, we got the Max C. Alright, cool. Let's just go ahead and chain that Called by the Grave. And let's just hope they at least let me search IOC. That's all I really want. Just let me search IOC. Come on. Or let me search souls, rather. That's what I meant to say. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and search Illusion of Chaos. Alright, IOC, search souls. Okay, let me do it. That's good. Alright. And we're gonna go ahead and just send Illusion of Chaos back, really. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and send that back. Smoke Grenade is still nice as a dump sometimes because it's an extra spell that you can get off Selene. And it still works in the graveyard anyway. So that's good. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and get Master Plan out. It's literally our only play anyway. Alright. I don't know if they have any interactions, but you know, Nibiru might be on the horizon. We'll go ahead and keep that in mind. And we're just gonna go ahead and draw 2. I'm pretty sure, like, if they had something, they probably would have used it by now. Oh, pretty good. Resort. And we got Ash, too. In case we get, like, the freak Gamma sometimes, it does happen. Alright. We're going to go into Quick Fix. And right now, I guess I don't really have anything to dump, but I think we can just go straight into Helix. I might do that. Yeah, I think I will. Alright, let's just go straight into double Helix. Alright, we're going to go ahead and activate the Graveyard effect for Master Plan. We're going to search... I'm gonna go ahead and search... I'll search Super Agent for now. I like to search Super Agent just in case of Nibiru. And then I'll just search Sleeper later with this when I'm done doing all the loops. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and rescue. We're going to special summon Master Plan. And I believe we haven't gotten Assault yet, so let's just go ahead and grab that. Alright, we're going to send that Assault to the graveyard. Okay, and just the usual. So I think I already kind of went over this line. It was basically Soul's Quik. It was originally going to be like a Soul's Rescue combo, and then I drew in a Resort, and that was, you know, a godsend, so I'm not against that by any means. Alright, we're going to go ahead and open with Drone here. Let's see what they got. They're Dragon Maids? They're freaking Dragon Maids. I feel so bad now, dude. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I love Dragon Maids. They're so cool, man. Alright. Right now... Yeah, we can go Selene. Let's go Selene. I feel so bad, dude. Oh my god. Alright, well, anyway, moving on. Let's just go ahead and go into Link Haribo. Alright, Link Haribo and Master Plan. We're gonna go ahead and send that Smoke Grenade to the Thief. Or actually, no, I'll just have Quick Fix do it. Because there comes a point where you don't want to end up with too few cards in your hand. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, we got the 2 Quick Fixes on the field. We can go Selene now. Yeah, we got more enough spells for that. Oh, he's leaving! I mean, it's okay. It wasn't really like anything but a normal Souls Quick combo anyway, so. I think he saw the Smoke Grenade and maybe... Well, anyway, let's see if we can get another play. Let's see if someone actually lets me play. Okay. Alright. Who are we going up against now? Will I go first or will I go second? More in 5 seconds. Whoa, I'm winning coin flips today. That is unreal. What is the catch? Is the catch that I'm gonna get Maxied, D-shifted, DD crowed? I'm ready. No, I'm not. But anyway, let's just go ahead and see what we go into. Okay, this is actually a perfect hand for a demo because I was trying to go for a hand like this like several times in solo and it was just not happening. It was driving me insane. But basically danger hands, it's basically just draw until you get what you need. In this case, we have 2 Tsuchinokos, so let's just go ahead and take them out first. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah! Okay. Well, let's hope Tsuchinoko pitches itself, right? Am I right? Alright. No! Okay, well, it is what it is. Let's just go ahead and put it here in defense. We drew into Souls, and I almost want to send this to the graveyard, just see if I have follow-up. I mean, if it's Sprite, my life is over anyway, regardless of whether or not I choose to, like, summon one more card or not. So let's just go ahead and see if we can just draw more than they can. At least we can bait hand traps out right now, but they're choosing to let that go. We ended up with Big Red, which is like... It's alright, yeah. I'm not gonna go further than this though. We're gonna leave it here and let's see what they do. Alright, what a feeling it's gonna be like every Sprite variant on the planet. Let's see. Come on, you can't tell me I drew you into 2 cards and you don't have combo. Or a play, at the very least. Is he reading? Oh, it's Sky Striker. Okay, well. That's a pretty favorable matchup, actually. If we're able to just kind of like survive for a little bit, we can chain Rescue the Shark Cannon, or we can bait out Shark Cannon with Big Red. That's basically my main concern. If they draw into Widow Anchor, I just hope I have Resort for it. And then we can just go ahead and take it from there. Alright, let's just go ahead and turn off the toggle. I don't want them to think I have anything. Although they probably assume I have something by now. I should probably actually, I'm sorry, my voice. I should probably turn this on just in case they decide to shotgun the Shark Cannon. Oh, they're really thinking. I wonder, there's no way they have like no plays, you know? But then again, like, Sky Striker just going to Hayate, kind of weird. Okay, so they're going to send that probably. Pank, okay. They must have drawn just a bunch of Go Second stuff. They're gonna send... I'm guessing they're sending Hayate. Because you can't... Can you chain Pank to that? Oh, you can. That's pretty cool. Oh, I mean, I should have known because they do that with Ray all the time, right? Yeah, I should have known. Alright, cool. Just go ahead and hit the souls. I don't care. Alright. They're excavating. Oh my gosh, I already got engaged. You know, Ghost Spell in their hand might be a possibility. We're just gonna have to see. Thankfully, we have 2 forms of revival, so as long as they don't have Shark Cannon Ghost Spell or something like that, we can make it happen. But they're probably gonna start searching now, since they got engaged. Let's see. Now we wait. Okay, they're going for the Shark Cannon. I don't know if they're gonna do it now, though. If they have Ghost Spell, it's pretty much a done deal. Unless we find some way to draw into combo later. Okay, he's gonna attack. You know, I find it kind of weird that they didn't hit direct. Don't they normally do that? I guess they just didn't want me to have any monster on the field, which is understandable. They're gonna send Widow Anchor. Okay, engage. Fun, fun. Why do I have a feeling I'm gonna get max seed again? Anyway. I drew them into 2 cards. I mean, that was the best I could have done. Because then I feel like, well, if they didn't know the matchup, maybe they wouldn't have searched Shark Cannon. Maybe they would have ended up, like, searching Widow Anchor, because that's normally what they do as a default. And then after that, we would have gone into Souls and our turn, but I don't know. I just kind of wanted to be a little bit safe, just in case it was like a deck that could OTK me. I wanted to have something in the graveyard. Alright, they're going to linkage. Alright, they got a lot of spells in the graveyard, so we just gotta be mindful of that. Well, they probably drew every hand trap in human history by now. Okay. And she's a coup. Well, they're definitely going to either set Shark Cannon or they're going to shotgun it, but knowing these kinds of decks, they're going to chain it. Alright, so we got 3 interactions. We don't know what all of them are, but one of them is definitely Shark Cannon. Bro. Okay, he's going to probably just grab Engage. Okay, nice, grabbing Widow Anchor. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so he's pretty much got a full ass back row. So I guess it's another shark cannon to add to the one that they probably already have. Alright, let's see. Oh, perfect. Honestly, that was like a fucking god draw. That was a god draw. This is not a good example of me, like, showing you guys how to play this deck. You don't god draw, okay? Do they have Cosmic? No, they don't. Okay, perfect. So this already makes me immune to Widow Anchors. I'm not going to activate it because I don't want to trigger the effect of a Ghost Ogre that they probably have. Because I think I saw them excavating. I think I saw Ghost Ogre. If not, I was hallucinating. But I mean, they probably have Ghost Ogre. So we're going to go ahead and play the game like we don't know they have the Shark Cannon. Okay, they're allowing it. Alright, let's see what goes on. We're gonna go ahead and search a rescue, and we're gonna go ahead and have our dangers take care of this. We're gonna danger dump. And at this point I feel any danger dump is favorable. Okay, that's probably the best thing that could have happened. Okay, small world, we'll just keep that in mind here. Alright. And let's just go ahead and go into Phoenix. We have two rescues, so, you know, unless they have Ghost Spell, Called by the Grave, and Shark Cannon, which is possible, by the way, it might be okay. Alright, Chainlink 1 Master Plan, Chainlink 2 Nightmare Phoenix. I'm going second gaming, yes! Okay, let's see what they got. I mean, they could Widow Anchor steal Phoenix if they wanted to, but then that would turn off the rest of their back row, so they're probably not going to do that. Okay, they're going linkage. Okay, I see. Well, good thing is we didn't actually use a normal summon yet. Oh, it's the Widow Anchor, okay. If we're able to break through this, we may be able to have OTK this turn. Let's just hope for it. They don't have Ray either, so that's good. Okay, Kagari. Alright, so they negated that, but they didn't take it. So I kind of felt like, what was the point of that? But maybe there's some, like, machinations, higher machinations, I just don't understand. We're gonna go ahead and go Agent here. We can go Drone Agent combo. If they Ghost Ogre my Spyral Resort, I really don't care. Alright, we're gonna go Nessie here. Okay. Fortunately, they can't play them the same turn. That's good. They're gonna search engage. I wonder what their other face downs are. We still have a Shark Cannon that's definitely out there somewhere. Okay, we're going to add Jackalope since I think we already used Snake. Yeah, we're gonna go Jackalope. Alright, let's go ahead and search. Alright, they're allowing it. They got something though. Lord knows. We're gonna go Drone. Okay, and we're gonna just start kind of trying to wipe out the back row the best of our ability here. We're gonna normal summon. Alright, they got Ray, Rose, and Pink. I'm gonna go... Oh, there's 3 Pink. Okay, I'm just gonna go... I'm gonna go Pink because Pink is not going to make them all that more annoying. Alright, we're gonna go Monster. Okay, let's go Pink, and let's go ahead and pop that back row again. Let's see what it is. He's letting it go. It was the other Widow Anchor. Okay, cool. And in that case, if we go to double Helix, like, I don't think it's going to make a big difference. Let's just go to double Helix now. If that's a droplet, it doesn't matter. I still have combo. go. And if they have Nibiru, it might get kind of feisty, but I still have combo. All right, we're gonna go monster card. They could Ghost Ogre here. They're not, okay. We're gonna go Quick Fix. Just introduce him like that. Okay, we're gonna search that final big red. And they're done. Okay, so honestly, Spyral Resort, I neglected to say this, but Spyral Resort freaking carries against the Sky Striker matchup. They just cannot hit you with anything. Although, you know, I see why they didn't Shark Cannon, but I think they probably should have Shark Cannon, at least just to bait that rescue. And then if they had access to a second Shark Cannon, well, they couldn't even set the second Shark Cannon, so I get it, but still, you know. Anyway, cool duel. Maybe that was the best footage I've gotten so far out of like the 3-4 duels that we've done, so definitely a good thing. Alright. Alrighty, thank you so much for sticking through this video all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. Definitely, if you want to see more replays or anything like that throughout the month, I do update them here on my actual page. So if you would like, just go ahead and check out my player ID, and I'll have some other ones up for you. That being said, because this is a preliminary build, there might be like little kinks I still want to sort out, so definitely keep your eyes peeled as well if I choose to change my build, etc. The deck list will be in the description in case you don't know what some of the cards are, and if you have any questions, again, just feel free to drop a line and I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. Okay, so that being said, you guys have a great day, and thank you so much for watching. Alright, see you soon.